Hello YouTube, and welcome to another video. Alright, I want to try to do something that I've done once in the past, and that's to challenge fairly worse players than myself to a game. So this is where I play against lower rated players to see how well they fare. And in the last video I felt like they were playing pretty good. Pretty good indeed. So we're going to go ahead and accept a game as soon as it pops up. There are currently not many open challenges right now. Here we go. No, it disappeared before we got away. Okay. So anytime now. Alright, here we go. Here we have Vasilis Mars, rated 1105. Alright, let's go. So this is an 8+2 game. So it will probably take some time. But I'm also guessing that my opponent will show some lack of knowledge or skill. Or maybe the opposite, maybe show his knowledge and or skill. Let's play d6. Also playable is d5, probably even better. But I like this setup. So this is a London system, for those of you who don't know. And the London system is basically just bringing your bishop to f4, playing e3, having your pawn on d4. But in most cases, I think white players play c3, but that might be more drawish than playing c4, especially since I haven't played d5. But okay, that bishop looks juicy somehow. Let's try to target it by playing e5 on the next move. And yeah, I'm actually eating some sort of vegetarian snack. Don't know what it's called, but it's kind of a Norwegian slash Swedish thing, I guess. These ones. Okay. So I just castled. And can we play e5? So let's count. We have 1, 2, 3 defenders. He has 1, 2, 3 attackers. So what does that say? Well, after we play, he can take, we take back, he can take, then we take, he can take, and we take. And, well, we're the ones attacking actually, but yeah, and we're the one with a head of material. We're winning this. I like to think of this as battles, because there is a battle of a square, and whoever has the most pieces ganged up on that square will win the battle. In this case, if my pawn was back at g7, I would actually be a bit annoyed after knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Then he could have had bishop captures h7 if this pawn was on g7, because that would allow a check and I would have to take or bring my king somewhere. But no matter what I would do there, he could just simply trade off his queen for mine and win my queen actually. So that's that would have been a terrible, terrible blunder by me if I didn't have this pawn. So let's go ahead. So far so good for my opponent. Doesn't seem to have any weaknesses. If anything, he has played the opening very well. He's well developed. All he needs to do is get his rooks more active, and then he's ready to go. Okay, bishop to e4. So, why can't I take that queen? I'm curious to see why I can't do that. So what is this? What is his thinking here? That after queen takes, let's say rook takes, then I should be able to play knight captures e4. Does he think that rook to d8 check will mate me? Because I have bishop to f8, and he can't really put another piece and attack the f8 square. So I really don't see why he goes through this. A better move would be bishop to e2 or c2. But okay. We're going to take that queen, and after that take here on e4. So this was a blunder by my opponent. Okay, even trades there. So I recently made a new video where I played against the computer. I was a queen up, but the computer wants to try to mate you no matter what, and tries to play its best moves. But I've found that, and everyone will agree with me on this, if you're down material, don't trade more pieces. And if you're up material, try to trade pieces. As long as you know that the ending there will be winning for you, and not just a draw. Say if you have if you have two knights versus a pawn and a knight, and your opponent gives away his knight for your last pawn, then you take it, and eventually you are the one who will have a draw, or maybe even lose. But alright. So here I'm thinking about this move, bishop g4. The reason for that is, if it takes on a8, I can take back. The only problem is, after this move, I think he can take on f8. And after rook takes, or king takes, doesn't matter, then he has f3. That is somewhat annoying, but I think I will still be a rook up there. What about this line? And rook captures a8, bishop captures, rook captures a7. Am I losing too many pawns there? I guess not. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's do it. So that way we free our rook on a8. And if he plays this move, we're going to take here first. Yeah. Okay. So we're just having a trade. Let's just take here. He can have that b7 pawn if he wants it. I'm going to play my rook over up here. Look at these two bishops and how strong they might turn out to be right now. After this move, if he plays g3, I have bishop to f3, which will win on the spot basically. I'm threatening this. And I'm threatening this. I think the only move to continue here is f4 or f3, yeah. Although now I'm still winning. Probably he was already doomed because I am winning his rook there, yeah. Okay, bishop captures f3. And that comes with a check, right, from the rook. So I'm going to take the rook. Let's give a check. Let's pick up a pawn. And he will probably try for stalemate tricks and ideas like that. So we do have to worry about it. But for now, I'm just going to pluck some pawns. And if he does not resign pretty soon, I might try to actually trade down, so this will be a king and pawn endgame. Okay, so let's do that. Take here. And let's go here. Just to show you guys the opposition and stuff like that. I can push, but I will not push all the way. I will get rid of my bishops, and then... Okay, my opponent offers a draw. I will not accept that. I will not accept that. Okay, he resigned. Yeah. It's a good game by my opponent. It was that one mistake that made him lose the fight, though. Let's just look at that for 1 second. So d4, knight f6. We have a London system. And here, maybe I should have tried to put more pressure on e5, even by not playing another piece guarding this square, but instead playing something like d5. So when that, if I play e5, he can take en passant, and if pawn takes, for instance, then he has weakened my diagonal here. That's just something he could have thought of. Okay, e5, pawn captures, and here, as I said, if this pawn was gone, I couldn't have gone for this, because then I would have lost my queen in the end. So let's say that the pawn is no longer there, and this move, let's just do a random move now. Let's say here, just to have said something. Now bishop captures h7. Really annoying move. I am in check. I have to move it. The king, that is. And no matter where I go, the queen will drop on the next move. So that would have been a terrible blunder if I hadn't played g6. Or sometimes you can play king h8 or another piece in between. But look out for discoveries, guys. Discoveries are nasty things. Okay. Okay. Alright. Rook captures e5. Bishop to e4. That was a true mistake here. I think bishop e2 is fine. Also, maybe just to rook to c1. But I feel like Vasilis wanted to trade down as soon as possible. Especially the queens, because the queens are so powerful. And maybe he felt kind of overwhelmed of playing an opponent such of a high rating than himself. But alright. So I took the queen. He took back, obviously. He could have taken on g6 though, but I don't think that would have worked. I take the bishop, and here is just a simple thing. But here, after this move, what happens if it takes here? I take, and he plays f3. Well, I can either take, then take here. I'm up a rook. Or I can just take immediately. Bring my other rook over, bring my rook here, double up. Probably have some good chances there. But all in all, I felt like this was a good game by my opponent. But I was a bit douchey at the end by wanting to trade down, and also after that move, bishop g3 is mate. I did not even consider that move actually. Bishop g3 would have just won the game for me. So let's say here, only move, then mate. That's exciting. Okay. Let's go to another game. Let's see if there are any other open challenges. Let's try to get one more in. Let's see. Doesn't look like there is one. Maybe here. Alright, this is a bullet game. Let's see how this guy handles a bullet. So far so good. Okay. I think that's a bit premature. Alright, giving away his knight for a pawn. I'm gonna take that as well. I think I will take there. Okay, so this is too low rated. Like, this guy doesn't seem to know what he's actually doing anyways. Doesn't have a sense of how much a piece is worth, what to play, how to checkmate, stuff like that. I don't think this guy actually knows. Okay. Ooh, he saw the threat of queen a4 check. Good for him. So are we going to be boring and just play queen a4? I guess we are. So my opponent offered a draw. I will not accept that. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back. Let's take. And after e6 I have this check. So I'm not worrying too much about that, losing a piece. This person clearly has played chess before. But I'm suggesting picking up a book, or maybe just watching some of my videos or any other videos, or just going through the learn section for beginners here on chess.com. The lesson sections or drill sections, for instance, really nice to understand how much a piece is worth and what you don't want to give away for that piece. Like, you don't want to give away that knight for a pawn in this particular position, as you saw. It just seems wrong. Another knight for free, well, not good. You're giving away your active forces in a war, and that's not a good way of dealing with a war. Just killing all your generals in a war, or all your soldiers, or some of your soldiers, might leave the war being a bit harder to win, at least. But yeah. So here, my opponent played queen to a5, and I like it. I like it because if my opponent hadn't done that, I would have had queen to a4 check, and the only move would have been queen to d7 if he didn't play e6 earlier though. Then queen takes d7 would have been mate. So the only other way to stop it is e6 or even f6. But f6 meets e6. So yeah, really hard to meet that threat. I think these two moves are the only ones. Possibly this move as well. So after something like this, you can play queen to c6. But yeah. So I would recommend my opponent to go through some tactics, study some of the basic themes of chess, and have a great time. He's already loving chess, it seems. He's playing it, so why not go to the next level? I feel like the first 3 or 4 steps in chess, becoming better, is really easy. It's applying further knowledge that really takes a lot of time for most people. Alright. Let me see if I can get in one more game. If there are any players out there. Open challenges. A 400 rated player wants to play a 30-second game. Okay, for the fun of it, let's play a 30-second game. Let's try it. Okay, checkmate. Good game. Okay, I'm not actually here to laugh at my opponents, but this is one of the common things you should know about when you're starting out in chess, this theme, that the f7 square is the most weak in everyone's position. So f2 and f7 are the weakest squares on the board from the beginning. But okay, that's it, guys. Hope you have gained some insights here, and basically what I found from these games was pretty much that players lower rated tend to have less of a danger alarm going off in their heads. They seem to overextend and maybe just think that there is a good move that there isn't. Alright. Hanging pieces isn't fun, I know. But by playing securely, I think you guys will crush really much stronger players if you do that. Like so many of you have tried to do against me, and many of you have succeeded. Alright, have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye.